What are the hidden costs of Amazon FBA sourcing agent, and is it worth it? I'm Feng Chen, and I help people by giving marketing and business advice. So, if you are curious about what are the hidden costs of using an FBA sourcing agent, and you would like to learn more about this topic, then be sure to subscribe my channel and click the ring button. You may be a brand owner, a distributor, or maybe e-commerce sellers doing Amazon FBA. So you are in the right place if you are looking for answers. You want to know more about what are the hidden costs of using a sourcing agent in China. In this video, I'm going to let you know what it is, and I'm going to give you some tips so you can avoid the hidden cost. So the first question before we start, what is a sourcing agent for Amazon FBA? So to be short, it is a professional middleman who stands between the buyer and the sellers. So they help you to make sure the sourcing process is smooth. I've explained this in detail in my other videos. If you are interested, be sure to check it out. So what are the hidden costs of a sourcing agent? The first one is commissions. It makes sense, right? So the sourcing agent, they're helping you source the product from the suppliers. And then depending on the order size, they're gonna charge in average 5 to 20%, somewhere between that, as their commissions. Some agent will charge more, while the other charge less. So why is that? It actually really depends on different factors. Factors such as the size of the company. If you are using individual agent, right? They are still pretty good, but they just don't have the company size as large as the other sourcing agent. But they are doing everything for you, probably at their home. They are more like a home business. In this situation, because of the lesser overhead, they are able to give you a better deal. They may give you like 5%, deal. So you pay them 5% from your total order amount. But on the other hand, as some company, right, they have a big size. They have a lot of overhead, right? The rent, the labors, the advertisement. So that's why they are charging much more, something like 10 to 20%. The second one is fixed service fee. So let's say you are just starting out, right? You want to get a new product, and probably for some test orders. The order is not going to be big. To be honest, it may be something like $500. To a sourcing agent, 10% is going to be $50. They're not going to spend so much time on the $50, job. So for this reason, if the sourcing agent, right, they see that you are starting out, they may ask for fixed service fee. The fixed service fee is gonna cover, the initial work. They're gonna do it for you, such as looking for suppliers, product research, negotiating with the suppliers. This job actually takes a lot of time. So depending on the deal between you and the sourcing agent, right? They're gonna charge somewhere, maybe a couple $100, as a fixed service fee. So they can help you month by month, just to help you develop your new product campaign. The next one is shipping handling fee. So let's say you are testing out, trying to source a new product. And then of course, you're gonna compare 10 different suppliers to see which one has the best price and the best quality, right? But to be honest, in this stage, it's gonna be a lot of shipping, of the samples. So shipping sourcing agent, they may charge you some handling fee, right, to handle these packagings and the product samples. So you get my point. And on the other hand, when your shipment, your order is ready, then the sourcing agent, they're going to help you to arrange for the pickup from the factory. And then from the sourcing agent to your Amazon FBA warehouse, it's going to be air transport or sea transport, right? But you need someone to help you handle the shipment, and then probably the custom clearance. So that's why they are charging you the service fee for handling this type of shipment. Before your product, your batch is ready to ship it to the Amazon FBA center, right? You want to make sure your product is inspected, the quality is on point. So which comes to the next one, inspection fee. If you got a large shipment, then of course you don't want to take any risk. You want to have someone to at least do a check before shipping out of China. So that's where the sourcing agent comes into play. A lot of sourcing agents, right, they have the ability to do the checks for you. So that's why some sourcing agent, right, they actually combine the inspection and the shipping handling together. To them, this is going to be the same thing. I'm going to help you to handle the shipment, but on the other hand, I'm doing the inspection for you as well, right? So the inspection fee is something that you must consider if you are sending out a large shipment. To most FBA sellers, the shipping handling and the inspection, they are very important. You can't just, ignore it. But these two type of hidden cost, why they call hidden cost, is because it is very difficult to estimate the amount upfront, because the shipping rate, they change every day. It's gonna be maybe much more expensive than next month than this month. You never know. And the shipping handling is usually tied with the shipping rate. The inspection fee is actually, have to depend on the quality checked labor work. How many hours do the sourcing agent have to spend to inspect that order? It may be quick sometime, it looks good, right? Do the basic check, everything just passed, then it's good to go. It may take you 2 hours for a smooth order. But what if the order has a bigger issue, right? It could spend 10 hours, 20 hours to, unpackage each carton, right? Just to find out the problems. So the inspection fee is something that you can anticipate, you can estimate accurately in the upfront. The next one is communication fee. So what is that? Do you mean I have to pay just to talk to the sourcing agent? Most communications between you and the sourcing agent are, in fact, they are free of charge. They're not going to charge you for answering your emails, taking your phone calls, right? But in some situation, say you need a guidance or advice, for example, for your trademark protection, you need to talk to an expert, in the sourcing agent company that is specialized in providing those IP protection guidance. In this situation, they're going to charge you for that because they are more like, an value-added service. And in some cases, if you have a very complicated product, it's going to be a lot of designs back and forth, pattern, application, changes, revisions. You may need a lot of conference call, conference video. Then, because of the increase of work, because of the complexity complexity of the of the work, they may charge you extra for this currency exchange fee. So let's say you are paying US dollar to your sourcing agent, and you want them to help you handle the payments in RMB to the local suppliers. There's gonna be some transaction, right, in that, and they will charge you a little bit of the exchange fee. Most good sourcing agent, they will just tell you upfront about their currency exchange fee, and in average, the fee is gonna be 0.5 to 2%, depend on different sourcing agent and different currency. Why it is called hidden cost? This is because you really can't get the accurate numbers upfront. It really depends on how many problems that you're gonna encounter during the sourcing process. You may test 10 more, 20 more suppliers for your product. You may try to you may get more inspections during the process. So this is something that is hard to estimate, but it is there. So now I'm gonna give you some tips to minimize these costs. The first one is get everything in writing. When you first approach for a sourcing agent, you want to get everything in writing. How many costs? What is the service fee that you're gonna have during the sourcing process? Try to ask them, in advance and proactively. Try to make their response in writing, either in the contract or emails. Then once you have everything written, it's harder for either side to argue for the hidden cost. I mean, you're gonna be more protected, from that. The second tip is ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask sourcing agent about their fees and what are included. So let's say they send you the invoice. When you look at the invoice, it's gonna be a lot of items, right? Then try to ask them one by one. Let them to explain to you what are the fees. So how did the fee calculated, right? And then if you try to ask more questions, then you may find out some items that may be overcharged by the sourcing agent, or maybe sometimes by mistakes. So always ask questions. The third tip is compare different quotations. So try to get quotes from multiple sourcing agents. Just like when you are trying to get a new product sample from different suppliers, then you gotta spend your time to compare different sourcing agents to see which one got the best price, right? And then from these prices, is it gonna be manageable? It's gonna be in something that I can anticipate, right? Then if you see one sourcing agent, right, they are undercharged, right? Then in this situation, you gotta put a question mark on this sourcing agent. Instead of thinking, wow, I get a good deal from the lowest sourcing agent. You never know if there's gonna be some hidden cost. The last tip I'm gonna give you today is that be willing to walk away. I don't care if you have already spent a lot of back and forth and your time with a sourcing agent. If you don't feel like they are giving you the right services, and then you're not comfortable with the terms or the contract, just get prepared to walk away. Because if you can walk away at the very beginning of the stage with the sourcing agent, when you see there's some problem with the terms, quotations, or you have doubts, it's gonna save you much more time and resources than walking away later. And most of the time, walking away from the deal is going to be a powerful move. You know, it's not just for the sourcing agent, it's for any companies in the business. You may get an even better deal by walking away, because the sourcing agent, right, they will see you as you got some backup plan, you got some backup sourcing agent, right, in line. So just try to work away and you may see some unexpected good thing happen. Before we wrap this video, I would like to hear your comment. Did you have experience, finding out that your sourcing agent, have the hidden cost? Thanks for watching, and I will see you in next video.